Hello, I am Mr. Luis, and welcome to today's psychology lesson. We are beginning our journey into the learning approach, a fascinating way of understanding how humans and animals acquire or change their behavior. This approach explores how we learn by observing others, forming associations, and responding to rewards or punishments. In this chapter, we will look at three key studies. First, Bandura and colleagues on aggression, based on social learning theory, which studied how children's behavior is influenced by seeing an adult behave aggressively. Second, Fagen and colleagues, which explored positive reinforcement training for a trunk wash in elephants, applying operant conditioning to animal welfare. And third, Saavedra and Silverman, a case study of a young boy with a button phobia, where classical conditioning helped reduce his fear and disgust. The learning approach reminds us that apart from basic biological activities like breathing or blinking, almost everything we do has been learned. For example, you learned how to read, how to eat, and how to get to school. In psychology, learning means a relatively permanent change in behavior as a result of experience, and this applies to both humans and animals. One of the main assumptions here is the idea that each life begins as a blank slate. This means that all our mental content comes from experiences and interactions with our environment. Processes such as social learning, operant conditioning, and classical conditioning involve stimulus-response links, where experiences shape behavior. Kimball in 1961 defined learning as a relatively permanent change in behavioral potential which accompanies experience. From this, we see three key points. Learning leads to new responses. These responses may not appear immediately, and learning is strongly influenced by the environment, which provides opportunities through different experiences. Throughout this topic, we will see how behavioral potential changes, how to measure these changes, and how the environment shapes our learning. We will explore the role of repeated exposure to stimuli, the impact of rewards, and the influence of role models. Think about your own life. What skills or behaviors have you clearly learned? How did you learn them, through personal discovery or with someone's guidance? Now imagine someone much older than you. What have they learned recently? From new technology to new music, learning continues at every age. But it is also important to remember that not all learning is positive. Some things we pick up, like bad habits, can happen without us even trying. This shows that learning is powerful, but we must think critically about what we are learning and how it shapes us. That is our introduction to the learning approach, a framework that will help us understand the powerful processes that shape behavior in both humans and animals. See you in the next video with our first core study, Bandura and colleagues. Goodbye. Musicidad.